Hey guys, and welcome back to another video here with Angel B Designs. If you are new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. So what I'm going to do today is I am going to be unboxing and reviewing REALKANT's tumbler press. It is available on Amazon. I will have everything linked down below for you guys, but I am going to be doing two tumblers in this tumbler press. If you have been following me for a while, you know that I don't actually have a tumbler press. That is probably one of the only machines I don't actually have is a tumbler press. I've been using a convection oven for my tumblers, or I have tried the Cricut mug press with my 20-ounce tumblers as well. But I don't actually have a tumbler press. So I am super excited to try out an actual tumbler press for my tumblers. Okay, so we did this one. This is just a regular 20-ounce skinny tumbler. Okay, here's an up close. Those colors, oh my gosh, you guys, I absolutely love sublimation. Okay, it is one of my favorite things to do. And then I did a frosted tumbler with the bamboo top. Okay, and it says Teach Love Inspired. This one came out beautiful as well. Okay, so we will be doing these two tumblers today, guys. Like I said, please check the description box for all products used in today's video, including the tumbler press. But yeah, oh, and they sent me some heat gloves. So my heat press is already over there plugged in, but they did send me these heat gloves. They sent some sublimation paper, and they also sent some sublimation tape. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get into this tumbler press, guys, so go ahead and stick around. All right, guys, so I am here with my tumbler press. It is in a kind of like minty green color. This is the open and close lever, and then there is a little hook here or a plug that you have to connect here on the side. Super easy. This is our on and off button. These are our setting buttons. Okay, I do have my power cord here, which I have not plugged in yet, but I'm going to do now. And if you guys don't know, I don't actually have a tumbler press. I've never actually had a tumbler press. I have only ever used for my tumblers a convection oven. So I am really excited about this because I've never had a tumbler press. All right, let me get this plugged in here. Uh-oh, I don't know if it's gonna reach. Let's see. Okay, there we go. All right, I have it plugged in here. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn it on, and I'm going to open it as well. I did already, these are our settings. So I do want this to be on, I'm going to put this on 385. This is going to be for a tumbler. So I normally press at like 6 minutes in my convection oven, but with this, I'm not sure how long I should do it. I'm gonna do 2 minutes, and then I'm gonna double check those settings before I press it. Okay, 385 for 2 minutes. Matter of fact, I'm gonna look in the manual here and see if they have any recommendations. Okay, so it does have some recommendations here. Temperature 365. The time is 50 plus 50 or 90 plus 40 seconds. I'm not sure if I have to turn it. Maybe I have to turn it over. So 50 seconds turn, 50 seconds turn. . I'm not sure. Anyways, so it's now heating up, and I have my tumbler here. Okay, here's my tumbler. Just have a regular image. I'm using a white Sublimation stainless steel tumbler. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and get this wrapped. I'm not going to do it on camera because I have a couple of videos on my channel showing how I wrap my tumblers. If you want to know how I wrap my tumblers, please check out my channel. I have several tumbler videos where I am showing in depth how I wrap them. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get my mug pressed. I'm sorry, my tumbler pressed, and I will come back. Okay guys, so my tumbler press has heated up here. Now, I have been playing with this thing for the last half an hour. For some reason, I can't get my timer to start counting down. So I'm going to have to use my phone. But I did check I did double check the settings on this. It's for this tumbler, it's going to be 50 seconds at 385. And then we're going to turn it and press it for another 50 seconds. As far as my timer, I've adjusted my pressure, and I can't get the timer to actually start counting down. So I'm not sure what that's about, but we're gonna move on anyway. I have my tumbler nice and wrapped here, and then I did cover it with butcher paper to protect the pad from getting any ink on it. And while this is heating up, the company does suggest that you put something in there. So I put I just put a blank mug. A blank tumbler in here, and then you keep it closed while it's warming up. Okay, so that's what I did while it was warming up. And now we're ready to go ahead and press it. That also helps to make sure that you have the correct pressure for the item that you're using. I'm going to put the seam against the pad. We're going to put it in there, and then we're going to go ahead and close it. And like I said, my timer is not starting, but that's okay. I'm going to start the timer on my phone for 50 seconds. Okay. And then I do also have a frosted tumbler that I'm going to do as well. So while we are waiting for this one to finish, I'm just going to go ahead and get this one wrapped here. If you are not already following me on social media, please do so. Angel B Designs on all social media. It will be linked down below as well. So just check the description box for my links. Okay. So there's our timer, 50 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and open it, and then I'm going to turn it, and we're going to press it again. Okay, for another 50 seconds. And then, like I said, I am just cutting up my other image here to get ready to press that one. And it's this Sublimation tumbler. I believe I did get this Sublimation tumbler from Amazon. So I am going to make sure I leave a link for that down below. For all of my materials, there will be a link down below for everything. So definitely make sure you check the description box, including the tumbler. The tumbler will be down below for that as well. Okay, so there is my timer. Getting my heat glove on here so we can go ahead and take it out. Okay, so a good way to tell if your tumbler took or not is to check to see if you can see your image through the paper. If you can, that's a good sign. If you cannot, that's a bad sign, and you should probably repress it. So I'm removing this is the butcher paper. And then as you can see, I don't know if you can see it, but I can see, you know, pretty much the design on the cup, okay, which is a good sign. So what I'm going to do, this is super hot. I can actually feel it through the gloves. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to let that cool for a second. And let me bring it over here. I'm just wrapping my other mug here. I'm sorry, my other tumbler. So this is how I wrap mine, even though I did say check out my other videos, but since I'm not prepared, I'll go ahead and show you. I typically set my paper down and then I put my mug in the middle of it and wrap it around. Uh-oh. And then I bring the seams together, making sure there is no air bubbles, and then I tape the seam down with sublimation tape, and I just kind of go like this in my hand to make sure there's no air bubbles. And then I take some painter's tape. Now this is the good painter's tape that I get from Home Depot. It is the Scotch Blue. Scotch Blue original painter's tape. I get it from Home Depot. The one from the Dollar Tree does not work. Okay, it burns up, it leaves the sticky adhesive. It makes a mess. So I do not suggest using the one from Dollar Tree. I definitely suggest investing in the good painter's tape. But the good thing about it is that it doesn't require a whole lot. I have literally had this painter's tape for like 2 years because I don't use it for anything but my tumblers. This is my tumbler sublimation painter's tape, and you know, I don't sell tumblers to anybody, so this one roll of painter's tape has lasted me the last 2 years. Now obviously if you sell yours, you know, it won't last as long, but okay. I'm gonna get a piece of butcher paper to go around this. To protect our padding. Okay. And then I'm just going to put a small piece of tape. And then we're going to do the same thing for this, even though, let me double check the settings because this is a glass tumbler. I'm just looking in the manual here. For a glass tumbler, it says 200 seconds. So I'm actually going to leave it the way it is. I'm going to do 50 seconds, turn it 50 seconds, okay? So I'm just going to pop that in there. We're going to go ahead and close it. I'm actually going to make this pressure a little bit tighter. And then we're going to close it because this one's a little bit smaller, not a whole lot. Okay. Nope, that's a little too loose still. Sorry about that, I dropped my other tumbler. The way I check it is I try to push it out with my hand. If I can push it, then that means it's too loose. So I'm just using the knobs here to adjust the pressure. Excuse me if I'm in the camera. I'm just adjusting my pressure, turning the knobs. Just want to make sure we got good pressure here. Why is this not? I wonder if I'm turning it the wrong way. Bear with me, guys. I've never had a tumbler press before, so I don't really know how, you know, it works. I'm learning with you guys. No, I think I'm turning it the wrong way. All right, I'm gonna just put it back the way I had it and call it a day. I probably should have checked the pressure for this one before, but that's okay. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and press that, like I said, for 50 seconds. And then I'm gonna grab my other tumbler and we're going to unwrap it. One thing about this channel, if you are new here, is that everything I do, whether it's a mistake, whether it's not a mistake, if it comes out perfect, if it doesn't come out perfect, I keep it real. So if I do a project and it does not come out perfect, I'm going to show you and then we're going to figure out why. And I do that together because, you know, my projects don't always come out perfect. I'm not a perfect crafter. If anybody tells you that they are a perfect crafter, they are lying. That's my timer. I'm going to go ahead and open it, turn it over, and do it again. All right, I'm going to do that again for another 50 seconds. But yeah, if anybody tells you that they are a perfect crafter, they are probably lying. No such thing as perfect crafters. But what I'm doing now is I am taking the tape off here so we can see our tumbler. I'm feeling pretty hopeful about it because, like I said, I can see the design through the sublimation paper. Ooh. And then there's our timer. I'm gonna give it a couple more seconds while I take this tape off. This is like the hardest part for me, taking this tape off. Oh my goodness. Y'all, this paper does not want to come off. It's not stuck. I just taped it so good. All right, so there we go. Oh my goodness. Look how vibrant that is. In a world where you can be anything, choose to be a boss. This is my seam here. Y'all can't even really see the seam. Let me turn this brightness down a little bit. I know sometimes with the glare it's hard to see, but yeah, my seam is right here. You can't even really see it. Look how pretty that is. Look how vibrant. I love it. All right, let's get the other one out here. Probably left it in there a little too long, but let's see. And then let me grab my other glove. And I'm going to turn you guys towards... I started using my heat press as like a little craft table kind of. All right, so let's remove the butcher paper so we can see if we can see our design. Okay, so I can definitely see the design through the paper, which again is a good sign. So we're gonna go ahead and unwrap it. It's hot and I can feel it through the gloves, but I'm gonna go ahead and quickly unwrap it. And I'm unwrapping it on my my heat press pad, which is also heat resistant, so it's not gonna bow up on me. Alrighty, let's see what we got. Oh my goodness. And it's frosted, right? It's frosted. Do y'all see that? That is so pretty. I've never seen purple on the frosted tumbler. Teach, love, inspire. Look at that. Where's my seam? My seam is right here. Oh, you can barely see it. Can y'all see that? Seam where? Right here. Seam where? Okay. All right. So I really love this tumbler press. And like I said, I've never had one before. I've only ever used a convection oven. Okay, so I've never had a tumbler press before. I've never used one before. This is my very first tumbler press. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off. But this is my very first tumbler press and I'm impressed. And it's definitely, my convection oven makes my entire room so hot. Okay, it's so hot. It's hard to regulate the temperature on a convection oven because I don't know why it's hard. It just is. It's hard to regulate the temperature on my convection oven. If I put it on 400, it's not actually 400. It's like 450. And I've burned up a bunch of tumblers doing that before. And I actually would have to put my convection oven on 350. And then I wouldn't have to check it other than turning it every 2 minutes. And I don't burn them up when I put them on 350. So I think when I put it on 350, it's actually 400. But when I put it on 400, it's actually like 450 because it gets way hotter than 400. It also makes my whole room heat up and things like that. So I definitely like the tumbler press. If there was ever a case where I had to do like multiple presses, then the convection oven may work because I can fit more than one in there. Whereas for this, I can only do one at a time. I could probably do 2 mugs at a time, but I can only do one of these tumblers, and this is a 20 ounce. Okay. But yeah, I really liked how it pressed. These look absolutely amazing. I love this frosted one. Oh my gosh. I did make these designs myself. I didn't purchase them from anywhere. I purchased the girls. So this girl here and this girl here from Feathers of Style of Etsy. And then I put the image together myself. But yeah. These two, no, I'm not going to sell these images. But yeah, I did make them myself in Canva. If you want a tutorial on how I made these images, go ahead and leave a comment down below and I'll see if I can make a tumbler design video for you guys. But that is all I have for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Until next time, bye.